Hello, it's Martin from Wisely Automotive, and in this video we are taking our company Gulf Blue BMW i3 to the first EV-only track day in the UK. Because believe it or not, it is actually possible to track an i3. For completeness, the car is a facelifted 94 Ah range extender i3. It is painted, not wrapped, and we have made a dedicated video showing how we converted the car from a protonic blue to this nice baby blue color. Now back to the track day. It took place at the Llandow Circuit in Wales. To get there by about lunchtime, we left our office at 8 AM in the morning from just outside of central London. It took a while to battle through the traffic, but otherwise the first leg of the journey was pretty uneventful, with most of the time sitting on cruise control at the speed limit. Our first stop was at the Cardiff West services. In the 157 miles, we had used up the entire range extender tank of petrol, but we still managed to arrive with about 25% left in the battery. The good news was that the Cardiff West services have been upgraded from the old Ecotricity chargers to the new GridServe chargers, but it seems that two have been replaced by a single unit. This unfortunately is not quite sufficient, because right after we arrived, two other EVs had to wait to charge. We stayed for about 30 minutes to get all the way up to 96%, as there were no real charging facilities at the track and it was only 16 miles away. Just like planned, we arrived with 83% left in the battery and no petrol in the tank. That was a completely intentional decision, because the criterion was that all cars on the track need to be fully electric, so with no petrol in the tank, there is no cheating. Even the range extender i3 behaves like a fully electric car then. The whole event was organized by a company called Tevo. We had a chance to chat to John, the founder of Tevo. We did ask him a couple of questions on camera, but the technology did not really cooperate on the day, so you will have to do with my summary. In case you don't know them, Tevo provide performance parts for Tesla Model 3s at the moment, but they are looking to expand to other EVs in the future. John told me that Llandow has been chosen specifically for this event because it's quite suitable for EVs. It's a relatively short track. There are some straight sections, but it's not only about raw speed and acceleration, because there are quite a few technical bits as well. Just walking through the car park, it was pretty obvious that there was a wide range of cars present. Anything from an e-Golf, a converted Porsche Boxster, all the way up to the Taycans, Model S's and e-tron GTs. I have to say, as a spectator, it's quite eerie to be at a track and see some cars going by at proper speed, yet being able to have a conversation with people besides you. But that's enough of me talking. Grab some popcorn and enjoy watching Arthur do a few laps on the track. After rinsing the battery, Arthur made a couple of interesting points. Firstly, and quite surprisingly, even though our car only sits on the standard suspension, not the S suspension, the handling was supposedly quite good and there were never any major issues with grip. Yes, the stiffer suspension would have provided less lean in the corners, but overall the lack of it wasn't a problem. On the other hand, the thermal limitations definitely were. Now, having quite a bit of experience with i3s, we knew that the power would get throttled at some point because of the excess heat. BMW is quite transparent about this. If you look into the manual, it states that the peak power of 125 kilowatts or about 170 horsepower is only available for 30 seconds at a time. The stated continuous power is only 75 kilowatts or 102 horsepower. Arthur mentioned that even with a properly cooled down, rested battery pack, just 3 laps in, he would start to see the bars on the power meter disappear, and at that point it's pretty much game over on the straight sections of the track. Interestingly, there was also an i3S flying about. The S and non-S versions share pretty much the exact same drivetrain, and the extra performance is only achieved through a software tune-up. However, the owner of that car mentioned that he did not experience any major power loss. This may be pure coincidence, or the i3's electronics are slightly different after all to handle more heat, or the temperature limit is just set a little bit higher. There is no conclusion yet, but it's definitely something we will look into in more detail. After all the racing, we managed to catch up with David from EVQuip. EVQuip also sells accessories for EVs, namely the Model 3, Model Y, but also the ID3. This is actually David's daily car. He has fitted it with a lowered suspension for a lower center of gravity and aftermarket 20-inch wheels. Interestingly, he kept the original tires from the 20-inch VW wheels to maintain good efficiency in normal use. And that got us thinking a bit. After the fantastic feedback we got on this Gulf Blue i3 project, should we go a step up and create an i3 track car? Is that something you would like to see? If so, which version should we go for? i3 or i3S, range extender or pure electric, which battery size? Definitely let us know in the comments below. Thanks once again to Tevo for organizing the event, and see you in the next one.